Okay, welcome back. It's come to my attention that I've thrown you right in the deep end with a lot of songs. The melody songs you may have got through pretty easy, just left-hand chords and melody in the right. We literally wrote those out. The harder ones, sort of like the H2 piano ones, a little bit too much for you beginners. So I'm gonna and no, there are some easy ones there. We did do we done Stand By Me, I believe, and we did that other Bill Withers song that's not coming to mind straight away. Anyway, what I wanted to do with this, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to strip this right back for you beginners. So we're just going to play chords in the right hand and a single bass note in the left. It's simple. What we call whatever, when you're singing over a song, when you're not playing the melody in your right hand and playing bass notes in your left, or a chord. And in a perfect world, we'd have three arms. That'd be the best thing. So you could play a chord as well as a bass note and a melody and just whack it all together. But you've got to sort of make compromises. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is we're going to work on rhythm today, and those 4-chord progression that I did teach you in the, I believe it was the last video that I did. So I'm going to repeat that video, and I'm going to show you just a basic 4-beat pattern that we're going to use. Let me flip this down. Yeah, big technical thing here. Okay, you can see that. Okay. All right, so I told you to use thumb, middle finger, and ring finger, or in the, I'm not going to number them. And as you know, that is just a C chord inverted. And the progression is, and we're using these fingers because of a specific reason. Excuse me, I'll turn the mic on and see if I can get a better sound going. It's not much better, it's all right. All right, okay, so just drill that in. And hold your pedal down. Just drill that in. And all you're going to do is just move it to the G, because we know the G's the next one. Drill that in. Go back to your C. Drill it in as many times until you've got those two down pat. You can just go really quickly. There's a reason for this, which I'm not going to explain in this video, to jump between chords very quickly. I'll get into that later, but it's not necessary in this video. So get those two under hand, from there to there, with those fingers. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going from the C inverted to the G chord. There's the G, there's the B, there's the D. And then we go to, all we just do is just scooch one over and we go to our A minor. So get used to doing that. Do it in threes. Go 1, 2, 3. Do that half a dozen times, maybe 10, until you're comfortable that you've got it nailed. And then the last one, and this is why we've used these fingers, is this chord here. Now if you saw the last video, that F there is just inverted, simple as that. So I've just taken a shortcut around all the chords. Instead of playing them all in root position, we're practically not, we're not moving it, we're moving our hand from, just in that area there, from there to there, that's it. Using those fingers. And this is the hardest one that beginners get their head to get around, to get back to that C. See, so now we're on the G, but you know that this finger there and this is on the C, and all you got to do is scoot your thumb up to there, lift that up, and go, and you're back to your C. See what I mean? Excuse me. Get the fingers out the road, and you can see that the letters up there. I don't have to explain these. You've got to be able to drill these in, and maybe I'll do a video on that for you guys that are just and gals that are just starting right out. Okay, so let's get into rhythm. Now, usually most pop songs are 4 beats for the bar. So in other words, I want you to do this. 1, 2, and start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the fingers in the road. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can mix it up, and I will throw you in the deep end just straight off, and I'm not going to use, I'm going to leave my fingers as I usually play without pulling them away, because they start cramping up after about 5 or so minutes doing that. So anyway, it is what it is. Now, you can make up your own rhythms, like, say, like I'll give you for instance. Dun, 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 dun. All I did was flip it around a little bit. You can come up with your own rhythms and make these songs your own. That's about all I got for this lesson. I will punch out something else today. I'm not sure. I'm working on 3 songs at the moment, and we've got to do our goal setting with a system in place. And I will post that soon. My apologies for not getting my shit together. It is coming together. So that's about it for this video. Cheers. And you know, on YouTube, you can just slow this thing right down to, like, what is it? I think it's 0.25%, and even slower. There's a slide bar at the top that it slides over, so you can literally see me do this in slow motion, like, so you can get that chord progression underhand. And I'm going to throw another one at you in the next video. I want to get you that underhand, and then we're going to start working on our left hand with our notes. And while I'm here, I might as well turn this into a tutorial. And I'd done this a while back using these fingers, and I went out of school with this, because I'll just show you something. This is the same chords, right? The same chords in a row. Now I know, and I've done a video on this before, but I just want to repeat it. So if you hook your hand on that, and you know that's the C, you know that's the B, you know that's the A, you know that's the G, you know that's the F, and if you just land your hand there and just keep it there without playing octaves, which is a little bit harder, we'll move on to that later on, going from there to G to A to F. We'll move on to that later, but the easier way is to start off with just landing your hand there and not having to look at one hand. It takes half the guess. It takes half the work out of it. I mean, a great example is Stevie Wonder. He's a male, and how does he find his way around the keyboard? You think, well, these black notes, right? So he would jump on the keyboard and go, okay. He'd just go like this. Now there's the 2 middle notes. And that's how he feels his way around a keyboard with touching on the black notes. He knows exactly where he is. He knows that's a C. He knows that's a D. He knows that's a D. If you watch the way he plays, he's doing it by memory anyway. After because he's a professional. Though that's how he's getting around that. Though us guys that are gifted with sight, I'm giving you that element of not having to look at one hand. In other words, you're literally blind to this hand or blind to that hand, whichever one you want to concentrate on. And I suggest you just don't concentrate on this one here. So here we go. Look. Mucked it up. I haven't played it for a while. I'll do it again. Don't worry about what I just done there. It's just an inversion. But what I just literally done there was play the C chord, the 1, 2, 3, 4, the G chord, the 6 chord, the A minor chord, back to the F. And I had my hand hooked on here, knowing that was C. Next one's going to be G. Next one's going to be A, and then I finished on that F. See what I mean? So you don't even have to look at this hand if okay, pinky's on F, ring, what's that, your ring finger? No, wearing your ring, on G, your middle finger's on A, B, your pointer's on B, and you C, and you'll get used to doing that. And once we put these rhythms together, like I just pretty much done it then. 2 beats to the bar, I want to teach you that song. Best I do. It's a good, easy song that we can get through. Bugger, I'm going to, I've talked myself into it. All right. You know what to do. Like and subscribe up there, down there. Ring the bell and hit that notification bell thing. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what you know more about this than me, you young'uns. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye.